Hello and welcome everybody for another exciting week of Chippy Wrecker Pro Wrestling. We have an amazing match card for you tonight, so all you got to do is sit down and fill a cup. I hope you are having yourself a fantastic day, and I hope that we are about to make it even more amazing. We have some awesome matches for you tonight, and I hope that you are ready and prepared to be amazed. Let's do this. This next competitor that's about to come out has actually been with RWR for a little bit of time now. He's had many championships across Indies, between the Lake Hayward Wrestling Champions, the Colt Head Championship Wrestling. This guy has been around. He's done a few things. The amount of things that he has done has made him a legend, which is part of the reason why he makes us wait a little bit for his entrance.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Indianapolis, Indiana, weighing in at 214 pounds, Junkyard Jonathan Cyclone
Jonathan has cultivated a bit of a cult following on the indies. Everybody knows who he is. Everybody knows what he does. If you don't, you're about to. That's what he says. Stone cold competitor. Somebody that you never really want to get into a back alley with. His competitor is about to learn a thing or two, let's put it that way. Jono has actually been signed with the RWR now for a few years. He's around for last time. And actually, who do we have coming out here? Is this, it is Rich. Nice.
And his opponent from New York, weighing in at 269 pounds, Richie.
We got Filthy Rich. Rich is actually from Chicago. Rich has been around for a little while now. Another RWR contracted wrestler. We're starting to actually get to the lower half of the rest of the matches that the guys competed in. And like I said, we're gearing up for the FTW tournament to start soon. The Chippy Wrecker tournament will start on the weekly program that will begin to air in a couple of weeks. Actually, we're getting there. This should be an interesting match between Rich and Jono. Jono has gotten himself down, got himself ready in his wrestling attire, and Rich is just Rich. He's ready to go. They go for a collar and elbow. They go for a Northern Light suplex out of the gate by Jono. Jono just keeps taking the feet to Rich at this point. He's just throwing it down. He's got an arm bar locked in. He's trying to lock it in. I mean, he's got it a little bit. He doesn't have it fully locked in. He's got to lay back on that. Oh, there he's pulling it back. Rich is actually turning the hips over. He's got him back. He's going to punch him square in the face. Rich is not backing down. Rich has been around fighting his entire life. Not to get too deep into his backstory, but he grew up having to fight his way around, making sure that he actually survived the mean streets of his upbringing, showing exactly why he is Filthy Rich. He's a strong, hard-nosed, striking competitor, and right there, he just put the boot to Jono's face. Now he's doing a good moonsault off the middle rope. I didn't even know Rich could do that. Rolls him over, a couple of forearms to the face. Jono kicks in the leg. He's starting to bring down the vertical base of Rich. Flying elbows right to the face. Jono might have him here. Kicked him out. Kicked it out. Well done. Good job, Rich. Jono was trying to figure out what to do. I'm not rooting for anybody. I just want these guys to put on an amazing match. And listen to that crowd. They're into it. Good capture suplex. Jono's got the arm pinned. Oh, and a knee to that elbow. That inside of that elbow, making sure that Rich has no power on that left side. Big haymaker. Reverse suplex brings him down into almost like a cutter. Jono pandering to the crowd. Everybody loves him. He's going for that arm again. That left arm of Rich is actually taking a lot of damage. Rich gets an elbow up, I'm sorry, a knee up. Gets that high scissor kick in the face. There's a heel right into the jaw. Jono blocks the punch. Jono collar and elbow. Goes for a captured belly-to-belly suplex, and he throws him down. Punch the midsection, goes to punch. Rich gets the kick in. Jono gets a midsection punch from Jono. Another midsection kick from Jono. The toe kick. It's anybody's fight at this point. They're going back and forth. Jono's got him up on his shoulders. He goes to throw Rich. Oh, and he gets the snake eyes. Rich is down in the turnbuckle. A couple of wipes to the face. Jono's down. Going for the pin. Can Rich kick out? Oh, he does get a kick out at the very last second. Jono is still trying to figure out exactly what it is he's got to do to him. He's been putting the boots literally to Rich, and Rich is fighting back right there with a reversal. Kicks Jono right off of him. Big haymaker. Rich has got him up on his shoulders. Goes for the reverse, go to sleep. Some people call it the GTH. Jono kicks out at 2. Rich is not getting an easy victory here today. The crowd is saying that we're not worthy, and we're definitely not worthy. They're putting in one hell of a match for everyone's enjoyment. Goes for another moonsault off the middle rope. I apologize. Jono rolled through. Rich gets picked up. Sweeps the leg. Almost toying with him. Rolled through. We're getting to see another one of those curb stomps. I'm starting to believe that a lot of these wrestlers were all trained by the same people. Which you can almost assume they are. Goes for the pin. Pretty close to that rope there, Walter. And Jono gets the win with that curb stomp. That right there is the reason why Jono is as lauded as he is. He is a legend for that reason. He put the boots to you and tell you exactly how it's going to be. We're going to head out to a break, and we'll see you after these. Enjoy that win, Jono. You've advanced in the tournament.
I'm going to take my talents to South Beach.
It's so Miami.
Welcome back, everybody. We're on to our next match. Oh, and we're actually in for another amazing match right now. We have Buddy Matthews coming through. Wonderful.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Melbourne, Australia, weighing in at 213 pounds, Murphy!
Wonderful, Mr. Murphy. Wonderful to see. Murphy is actually a fantastic competitor, another one that I've brought up a few times. He is another part of that House of Black. We saw Brody King and Malachi wrestle on the first few episodes of the pilots, and now we have the final member of the House of Black coming out. Good to see him. Wrestled all over Australia and Europe. Another one of those hard fighting competitors. Started wrestling in about 2006, 2007 or so. And he hasn't looked back. Who is his opponent?
And his opponent from New York, weighing in at 219 pounds, Foster.
We have the last member of the House of Black, and there's the last member of Man Thread Live. This is Forrest coming through. If you guys remember Pirate Rob and Dusty, this is their other partner. Forrest has always had himself an interesting aesthetic. He's not been wrestling for very long. Buddy Matthews is might have his way here. Unfortunately for us here, he's only been wrestling for about a month and a half. He decided to enter this tournament because he thought he could handle it. Buddy Matthews, I've seen Forrest fight. He can wrestle. He's got some maneuvers. He has an ability to get technical. He can reverse you. He can even frustrate you and get the crowd behind him. But I don't know if that's going to favor him against a competitor like Buddy Matthews. Speaking of which, I do want to point out to everybody that next week, our opening match, I will be joined by none other than the founder of the High Turnbuckle Dirt Sheet, Adam Jacobs. So that'll be exciting. Adam is always an interesting person to talk to. I've talked with him a few times, obviously not on screen or anywhere else, but he knows wrestling. He does his research. He finds out who's in the tournament. I'm pretty sure that once he found out who was all in the RWR or the Chippy Wrecker Pro tournament and the FTW tournament, I'm pretty sure that he immediately had over 100 different bits of information written down about each competitor. That is how thorough Adam can be, and he is amazing to talk wrestling with, so he is going to be interesting to have out with me. We actually have Forrest with a good reversal on Buddy Matthews there. We're not used to seeing that out of Buddy. Or, I'm sorry, not Buddy. We are used to seeing that out of Buddy, but we're not used to seeing Buddy being the one that has the reversals happen to him. And this is probably why right here he gets frustrated and then he starts just laying the boots in. And now you're really seeing exactly why you don't reverse Buddy Matthews. Buddy Matthews is conniving and cunning when it comes to that ring. He's got a pin attempt right now, and he gets kicked out. I am, however, going to take a moment to show a word from our sponsors, Jimmy King's Coffee Joint. That good quality coffee. Find it with Jimmy King on Twitch. Forrest has got that armbar applied right now. Buddy Matthews is actually showing a different side to him that we're not used to seeing. We're used to seeing him in control of the match and controlling the pace, and it actually looks like that's what Forrest has gotten himself up to right now. And we're not used to seeing that from a Buddy Matthews opponent. Couple of boots, another armbar. There's a current wrestler that calls that the salt of the earth right there. And Buddy Matthews with a nice reversal, a knee to the head, showing his versatility as a wrestler and competitor. He's got him up on the shoulders, goes for that. Oh, and he's got the stun gun. Almost a stun gun. Snake eyes and a stun gun. Steps through. He's got the STF, got the crossface applied. Forrest is fighting out. He gets a hit. Punches him in the back of the head. Whips him into the ropes. Buddy goes out of the ring. Forrest follows him out. Forrest is done fighting, messing around. It looks like a couple boots to him. And good job, Walter, with the count. He's got a 10 count going. It's a very slow 1 to 2 count there, Walter. Are we gonna have the same issue that we had with Paperboy and them? I am not entirely too sure what happened there. That looked like an interesting reversal armbar. Forrest was trying to get out of it, tried to block it, and it looked to me like Matthews right there was still able to force his way through it, and Forrest got the end of it there. Got thrown into the turn or into the steps. Buddy's now starting to show a little bit of what is currently ailing him. A couple of good swift kicks. He's got that arm pinned. And a knee between Forrest's knee and the concrete floor. That's not a good situation for anybody's arm to be sitting in. Forrest stops himself from flying into the turnbuckle or into the steps again. Couple of threats. We have a 7 and 8 count here. Forrest gets back into the ring and immediately gets clotheslined by Buddy Matthews. And another clothesline by Buddy Matthews. And he goes for that back heel kick. Goes for the pin. Buddy Matthews is on the rope. Oh, Walter, he listened. We've actually got Walter to listen, and Forrest is going to take advantage. He steps through, crosses the legs. He's going for that. Oh, look at that. We have yet another curb stop. Come on, guys. Just people doing the same move over and over. I guess if you figure out what works. Forrest is going for the pin. Buddy Matthews is down in the ring. This is almost like when they find a finishing maneuver in a fighting game and they keep using it because that's what works. And Forrest gets the pin. It's almost like they all talk. I believe Rob got the pin the same way recently. Oh, this is a travesty. Welcome back, everybody. We're back with Chippy Wrecker Pro Wrestling, and we're on to our next match. And it sounds like we have none other than the Mysterious King himself, Rey Mysterio Jr. Hell yes.
The following contest
growing up
is
a young man in Indiana,
making his way to the ring from Tijuana, Mexico. Weighing in
watching the Monday Night Wars.
pounds,
This was somebody that I
Rey
watched a lot.
Mysterio Jr.
It's good to see the man reprising his role as Rey Mysterio Jr., a mask that he once lost. He now has back. By the grace of the Lucha Libre tradition, he's done the things he needed to do. And Rey Mysterio Jr. has been reborn, and we're lucky to see him in an RWR ring. Huh. And he is facing an RWR original trained talent. Straight from the Barbed Wire Dojo. None other than ADK.
And his opponent from New York, weighing in at 266 pounds,
He's actually from Detroit. Luckily, we are very close to being done with this announcer. He's only got a couple of more matches that he's get to be announcer for, and then we switch off to a brand new one that we will be hiring and having coming soon. ADK though, he's homegrown talent here. Straight out of the Barbed Wire Dojo. Hard-nosed fighter. Perfect opponent for Rey Mysterio Jr.'s inaugural match back as Rey Mysterio Jr. And it's for the RWR World Heavyweight title. Let's get it out. Celebrity Deathmatch. I used to love that show. Rey comes out firing, immediately gets a hit and got a springboard middle rope drop kick. Picks DK up. DK pushes him off. He's like, no, I'm not dealing with this. And then Rey does basically the same thing right back. Both men, even though it may not seem like it, are equally matched. Rey, obviously, though, the veteran, having wrestled for some time now. I believe he's gone into about 30 years that he's wrestled, and he's wrestled all over the world. He's held championships all over the world. Obviously, of the Mysterio family. Getting count outs here already. They just go out of the ring. Sorry, I'm marveling at the fact that we have Rey Mysterio in a RWR ring. Rey Mysterio started wrestling at 14 years old for AAA in 92. I'm sorry, no, he started wrestling in 89 at 14, but started professionally wrestling for AAA in 92. Went to ECW, wrestled in WCW. He's held championships literally everywhere. AAA, he's been their National Trios champion, National Welterweight champion for them. Lucha Libre World Cup in 2015, he won AAA Hall of Fame 2007, he was inducted. Technical of the Year 2015. Catch Wrestling Europe, he was their Grand Prix champion. Cauliflower Alley Club, he was their Lucha Libre Award winner in 2020. Crash Heavyweight Champion. DDT Pro Iron Man Heavy Metalweight Champion. Destiny World Champion. He was the Hollywood Heavyweight, Light Heavyweight Champion, which is an interesting name considering the name of the promotion. Lucha Underground Trios Champion. World Wrestling Championships, World Championship Wrestling Cruiserweight and Tag Cruiserweight Champion, and regular Tag Champion 3 times over, in fact, 5 times Cruiserweight Champion. World Wrestling Association Light Heavyweight Champion, Tag Champion, and Welterweight Champion 3 times over for both of the singles championships. If you guys can't tell, Rey Mysterio's wrestled a lot. He was in WWE for a while. He's also a WWE World Champion. I mean, do I need to go on about Rey? But the thing that you need to understand is that even though there are all those accolades for Rey Mysterio Jr., ADK is an accolade in himself. Former collegiate athlete, Welter Prize winner, Pulitzer winner with a book that he wrote. And on top of that, he is just an Iron Man in general. The man can go. Doesn't matter what he's doing, football, basketball, hockey, baseball, wrestling, bowling. He can hike, he can ski, he can bike. He can just be. ADK is a man. He is actually being taken to right now by Rey Mysterio. This is an amazing match. These people are being treated to an amazing match. I'm just trying to explain the gravity of how amazing this match is. We have an amazing wrestler in Rey Mysterio Jr. who has been around for decades. And a rookie in ADK coming up. He's getting pinned. He just pushes him out before there's even a 1 count. This is what I mean. The tenacity of the Barbed Wire Society's dojo. Which is where he was trained. ADK was trained by James and Eric Black, the trainers of Jimmy King. Rey Mysterio just got a DDT. He's waiting for him to get up. DK is hollering for you to get up. He goes for that West Coast pop. He gets the Hurricane Rana. Back to the top rope once again. Could he be going for it again? One more Hurricane Rana off the top rope. He goes for that pin. And he gets it. Rey Mysterio Jr. showing the rookie just why he is the legend that is Rey Mysterio.
Here is your
Wow.
winner,
Rey Mysterio advances in the tournament.
Mysterio
Stay
Jr.
tuned for the next match, folks.
There is a momentum that can't be stopped.
We reshape what wrestling should be.
Heading to the new
The place where real professional wrestling lives.
It's a new day.
Now is the next chapter.
Let's go. Heading to the new age. Here we go. The fans, listen to him.
AEW is constantly evolving.
Feel what a champion brings on a new stage.
We're taking things to the next level.
The best talent, the best minds.
I'm on a mission.
Now is the next chapter.
Heading to the new day.
I can't believe what I just saw! I can watch matches like this every day. Dynamite, no doubt about that.
Let's go.
AEW Wednesday Night Dynamite, the TBS premiere live, January 5th at 8 on TBS.
Hello and welcome back. It is time for our main event. Currently walking down, we have an amazing wrestler, a technically sound superstar, albeit a little bit of an edge.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing in at 190 pounds, Ari Daivari.
Daivari has a brother that used to be in wrestling as well, but Arya has forced his own path. Hard hitting, not really to be reckoned with. He actually is almost a second coming of Ted DiBiase. Wow.
North Carolina, weighing in at 189 pounds, Karl Anderson.
We have the machine gun, Karl Anderson, coming down to the ring, freshly re-signed from WWE, but this is one of his prior commitments. We appreciate him actually making this commitment. He no-showed at a New Japan show. He was able to make Wrestle Kingdom, but we're glad he was able to make this one. That must mean that this title just means that much to him. It's good to see Karl Anderson, but goodness, Karl Anderson and Ari Daivari? Do these guys have any history? Do we know if these guys have any history? We're gonna look. We're gonna have someone look that up. We're gonna find out if there's any history between Ari Daivari and Karl Anderson, but this match gets underway. I don't know if there's ever been an actual time where there's been any real issues between Ari Daivari and Karl Anderson. I don't think they've ever really dealt with each other. I know that during the time that they were under the same banner with WWE, Karl Anderson mostly was on Raw, and Daivari was kind of relegated to 205 Live. He was more of a cruiserweight competitor. But now that Arya is on the indie scene, he's actually kind of, like I said, forged his own path. He's got his own group called the Trustbusters with Sonny Kiss in AEW. He's actually been doing a lot of stuff on the indies as well. Well known for the matches that he will have. He will try to buy his way out of the match, much like DiBiase. There's a flying elbow drop from Anderson. He will try to buy his way out of matches, much like DiBiase used to do. But when he does have to compete, he will put everything that he can put into that ring and show you exactly why the Daivari family are some amazing wrestlers. Anderson with the double hook suplex takes Daivari down. I'm over here talking him up, and he's getting taken down. He's being completely dismantled by Karl Anderson. It's almost reminiscent of when Anderson took on Hikuleo. Or I'm sorry, not Hikuleo, Tama Tonga at Wrestle Kingdom. An elbow to the back. Anderson is not like me talking about. Oh, and almost a buckle suplex there, but Arya gets his feet down. Oh, there's a knee to the face. Karl Anderson is just taking it to Daivari right now. Got himself in an elbow lock. Make sure you guys all tune in next week. Next week we start our FTW, the Femme to Them Wrestling Tournament for the Femme to Them Wrestling Championship. That is anyone that is non-binary or non-male competitive. That tournament starts next week. The inaugural match starts. I will be joined by Adam Jacobs. We have a pin from Karl Anderson here. Almost a pinfall victory right there. He gets a kick out. Daivari finally showing some life there. But like I said, we will be joined by Adam Jacobs next week for the first match of the FTW World Title Tournament. And I can tell you, there's a tap out right there from Ari Daivari. There's the winner, Karl Anderson. Thank you all very much for tuning in to Chippy Wrecker Pro Wrestling. I am Philip Cup. Tune in next week where our first match will star Rhea Ripley. I will be joined by Adam Jacobs. I will see you next week. You all have a fantastic night.